Hello everyone, good morning, and for the last time this season, welcome back to United21 Season 33, the grand final, and it could be potentially a revenge story. The Danish Krunlands up against Fish123. If you were following just a couple days ago, literally, I think 2 days ago, Fish123 played against Krunlands already, and they, 2-0'd Krunlands, and it wasn't really even close. It was 13-11 on map number 1 and 13-4 on map number 2. Surprisingly, the 13-11 was on the pick of Fish123. The second map in that series was Nuke, and that was the pick of Krunlands where they got 13-4. And from what I'm seeing already, I do believe that the maps, or rather the veto, are actually the exact same. So we'll see that very soon. And yeah, it's Nuke, Ancient, and Anubis. It's the same 3 maps as last time, as 2 days ago, except the order is different. It was Anubis, Nuke, and Ancient as the decider. This time, Nuke picked first by Krunlands, and then Ancient second by Fish123. Both teams going to be starting on the CT side. Anubis is our decider. Going to be a great place to end it off for these two teams, but two very different stories between these two squads. Krunlands sort of left untested, I'd say, because with their journey through this tournament, their first victory in the playoffs was a forfeit win, 2-0 up against KS. Then they beat Gen 1 2-1, but Gen 1 have had incredible consistency problems throughout the last few months. And then yesterday, if you were following in the lower bracket, they faced KS again, and they 2-1'd them. And it was not the cleanest of best of threes, both for Krunlands and for KS. They were simply the more consistent team in that best of 3. But hey, today's a chance for them to get their revenge. Fish123 beat them, as I said, very handily, very dominantly. Now, it's a chance for Krunlands to get revenge. We saw how good this team can be on Nuke, but we also know that Fish can be incredibly strong. Magilla, Kick, Yuho, Andu, and Smuya, of course. Surprisingly, Smuya's picture, I do believe it's not loaded in yet. Avu and Magilla going 1-for-1, but it's Magilla with another. The Lithuanian doing so much, but Lond. 2 phenomenal headshots on the Glock to make it a 3-versus-2 in the favor of Krunlands. And towards the lower bomb site, it is only Smuya. Most experienced player on the server by a long shot. He pops out of single door, does get the first, and actually gets back into single. He knows there's a player right behind him. At least he knows there was one towards Went. And now with the fact that the bomb is dropped on the site, Smuya doesn't have to think about this too much. Just has to commit one way, and that's exactly what he's doing. Pushing over towards double door, just a tap by Emilio, and Smuya swings out. It's a massive shot. Owen Butterfield just leaves it in a 1v1 up against Jace. He's making a lot of noise. Jace knows exactly where he is. USP versus Glock, even point blank. Smuya. Either player needs just one bullet. It's actually a P250 in the hands of Jace, which is even better. But it doesn't really matter with 74 HP. Even a Glock would be a one tap to the face. And a Glock might even be better due to the running accuracy. Smuya still hunting down Jace. Only 15 seconds left, and I think Smuya just caught some perfect timing. Jace has no idea. He does spot him out now. 10 seconds left. Jace, knowing him, he might even fake tap the bomb here. 7 seconds left. He has to get behind the bomb site and try to plant this. Jace, is he going to stick it all the way? The answer is yes. Jace, he is going to get the bomb down, but Smuya just going to swing him and nail him. 3 kills for Owen Butterfield. And round number 1 on the board for Fish. A 1v3 for Smuya. And Krunlands dripping up massively here in round number 1 of this best of 3. Luckily for them, they did get the bomb down, but Smuya surgically precise with the USP. Bringing in the first round for Fish123. Immediately, an AK drop from Avu over into the hands of Emilio. Avu should get a deal back. No, he actually gets a Tech 9. Kick up close. He's going to have his hands full in a moment. FAMAS in hand. 3 players. Out of that smoke, he's not going to get a single one. Avu just flying out. No Kevlar, doesn't matter. It's the Tech 9. He just ripped 7 kicks head off. Nandu Defensive molly onto the stairs over towards double door, and Magilla with frag from single. Make this a 4 versus 4. Does make this round a bit easier. Andu can help out as well, and Egeland falls. It's just Avu and Emilio in the 2 versus 3. The problem for Avu is he still doesn't have Kevlar, and he is only on 35 HP. He is swinging out from double door, smoke right in front of him. He does not connect on the smoke bang. Emilio now coming out. He does fall before taking Smuya, and through the smoke, Avu does connect out with the Tech 9. The USP chasing him down. Is he out with both of them with the knives? Neither one actually finding the kill through the smoke, and that's it. Time ran out. Avu won the round. Magilla doesn't have enough time. Avu might even get the kill. 4 kills for Avu, no Kevlar, and that's all he needed. A single Tech 9 invested for him in this round that he got dropped from his teammate, and he gets to save the AK. I have no idea what just transponded. I watched this round. I have X-ray, I have the radar, I have everything. And yeah, that's definitely a tac pause from the side of Krunlands. What the hell just happened? I don't think they care. I don't think they're going to be asking too many questions. Hey, we won the round. Shut up and take it. 4 kills for Avu, no Kevlar. Started the round off with 35 HP, ended it with 35. Maybe even ended it with a bit less, because I do think he got tagged through the smoke. At one point, he left the Fish123 player that remained on like 20 HP. A bit of luck, per se, but it doesn't matter. The Danes more than happy to take that round away from Fish123. And now looking at the buy that Fish123 have, it's not looking terrific. 357's a Deagle and an MP9. 3 smokes, a single molly and a single flash. Although all 5 of them have at least Kevlar, Magilla actually has a helmet as well. And Andu immediately looking to be aggressive over towards Hut. Oh, that's a bit of a... That's some artifacts here, at least for me. Actually, I'm seeing the stream on my second monitor. It happened for you guys as well, so I'm not going crazy. This Moya has a very good angle for this Deagle. Pacarino, the last time we saw him, an incredibly important member for Krunlands, just gets nailed, and so does Emilio. They've fallen right into the mousetrap, and they have to get the hell out of there. Avu Molly's behind them, just to try and save his own ass. Does get out of there, but it's a 3 versus 5, and yes, they still are against weak weaponry. A MAC-10, an MP9, and 3 pistols remain. But with rifles, sometimes those duels are the toughest ones to take. Especially when you know your opponent could just, well, press D, A, or W on their keyboard and run you down. Andu gets another onto Jace, leaving just Egeland and Avu. In a nearly impossible situation, 2 AKs up against everything that Fish123 have, and scratch that, is just a single rifle. Egeland left with 15 HP, and the best thing he can do is get the hell out of here. That's not gonna happen next to Smuya. AK picked up, and round number 2 on the board for Fish123. Krunlands are the ones to trip up this time. Round given back right away, or rather taken back by Fish123. And with 1900 loss bonus, you already know what's going to happen. Egeland spending all his money on that AK. Hoping to finance someone else. Going to be Jace to pick it up. Jace not having the hottest of games so far. 1 and 3. Same as Emilio. 0-3 start for Pacarino. But they could be quick to switch it up. We saw yesterday those multi-kill rounds when they start rolling in, especially for Pacarino. They simply don't stop, and they did look much better on their CT side rather than their T side, so take it with a grain of salt at the start of this map. Magilla is going to have the shadow advantage. Yuko takes a frag right off the bat alongside him, but a great trade comes out from Emilio, though, left with 50 HP. He is one of the only 2 remaining players with Kevlar, so he can't take much more damage with that AK, because Egelund is the one with him, and he does not have Kevlar. He can pick up the AK, but not be fully effective with it, although we did see Avu pick up 4 kills without Kevlar, and look at Kick's awareness. Lasers Egelund through the smoke, leaving just Emilio and Avu in the 2 versus 4. And they are completely split up. They can't play with each other at all. That sounds wrong when I say it out loud, but Emilio does not need help right away, and Avu Is this timing a double-edged sword for Avu? Andu did not turn back. And Andu still thinks that Avu is coming from the upper bomb site, just 8 bullets in the M4. But he has to be aware of this. I mean, come on, there's no way that somebody is not in the vent. But it doesn't matter. Andu and 7 kick end of the round, a 3-1 lead for Fish123. And not only that, but they break the economy of Krunlands, forcing them into a full eco. We might see a single upgraded pistol or a couple of them. But that's all we're going to see from Krunlands in this round. Fish123 doing a great job at the beginning of this map to hold on after that one, well, I'm not going to say choke in the second round, after Krunlands stole a round away. Smuya, right off the bat, he has been spotted out towards red. He knows he's up against players who don't have Kevlar, so he can go and be cocky towards outside, swinging everything with a silenced M4. Although he could maybe get punished, there's a deagle in the hands of Emilio, but that's about it. That's the only player that could punish him. He is the one on top of Marshmallow, and he is the first to fall. Smuya with the second. This round has to be a routine cleanup. I mean, at this point, against 3 Glocks, if you lose this round, you disband immediately. No questions asked. That's how impossible it is to lose at this point in time. Not a single casualty on the side of Fish123, and a double kill for both Andu and Smuya. An easy 4-1 lead for Fish123. Emilio looking for some early damage through that smoke. And then the full buy v full buy. Ooh, Majilla's not gonna get caught by the molly. Majilla out with the swing, and he somehow gets 2. Get the hell out of here, that's incredible. The Lithuanian having a field day towards outside, and with the fact that he got 2, and that he might have also tilted Krunlands a little bit, because there's no chance. That's like a 1 in 15, maybe 1 in 20 chance that you pull off both frags there. That's absolutely incredible. They might not expect the second player to be there, and Smuya could have the element of surprise, and Andu just taps away at Baccarino. Baccarino, 0-6 at the start of this map. Really having a rough time. Egelund and Jace. It's Jace the nail Smuya, so a 2 versus 2. Not completely impossible here for the 2 Danes. Although it is very difficult, both of them very tagged up, and even the MP9 can do a lot of work, especially when it baits for Andu. 2 kills for the former Gamer Legion member and the former Copenhagen Wolf. And a 5-1 lead for Fish123. Having some feed problems here. Not sure if it's just on my end, but I think it's on both ends, actually. And I think we're going to be coming back to the studio for a quick second just so we can actually fix up the problems. But so far, I mean, it's been the Fish123 show. It's been as easy as 1-2-3 for Fish. Because everything they've attempted so far, that second round was, I feel like, a fluke. And hell, for Krunlands, it was even worse for them than to just straight up lose the second round. Because they win it, they reset their economy, you know, they finally get good weapons, and they just start getting stomped. I mean, at this point, there is a bit of reason to worry for Krunlands, especially with the fact that this is their own map pick, and with the veto being the exact same as last time, except for the maps being shuffled around, you know, all of them just got moved over a little bit, because last time it was Anubis Nuke Ancient, now it's Nuke Ancient Anubis. I mean, you gotta change up something, and, well, unfortunately, we did miss quite a lot of round number 7, but it's sort of an even situation, 2 versus 2, and we also missed Baccarino's first kill. And Jace, oh, he could get this kill, or it might be 2 and 3 for Andu. And to doing God's work here for Krunlands, and unfortunately Smuya didn't get there in time to save the AK, but it doesn't matter. A 6-1 lead for Fish123. Full buy, just hoping for the HUD to be flipped back around. Yes, we are aware of it. Hopefully. Thank you very much. And it's right back the way it should be. Yuho mollied out of CT vent, and actually it's Andu to help him out with 3 in total. His teammate did go down, but it doesn't matter. It's a 4-for-1 special here in the fish market. And it's only favoring Fish123. Emilio, well, I mean, if he was the team property Emilio from a decade ago, then we might be able to give him a chance. But right now, for Krunlands, it seems like it's gonna be Vamos Caralho, a 7-1 lead for Fish123. Krunlands at the wrong end of a big beatdown. And I mean, with a lead as big as this, when teams have like a 7-0, 8-0 lead, they have between 80 and 90% chance of winning, maybe even 80 to 95. And if that lead gets extended to a 9-0 right at that point, you're just done. But hey, at least they have one round, you know, and, well, they might even get their second with just pistols. Because that's a bit of a mess-up over towards ramp by Kick and Smuya. Although, look at the damage done. Egilon, Baccarino, and Jace, all 3 of them below half HP. So these 3 rifles should have a relatively easy job at cleaning this up, except for the fact that they're all rotating down to B. And look at this, it's an open bomb site for Krunlands. What a mistake. Oh, this is gonna be such a bad surprise for Magilla. His rifle drops back into the vent, but I feel like Hugo and Andu are kind of aware of the fact that Krunlands have no health remaining. Because a lot of them did take straight-up aim duels against the rifles and, well, got hit 3 or 4 times, depending on which guns they were up against. So smoke for Squeaky. That gives them full coverage. They know there's a player over towards Deep Squeaky, but look at Jace. A phenomenal peek from Jace. Andu now left up against the world, and Jace is gonna shut him down as well. Second on the board for Krunlands, just as they started talking about the percentages. When you're getting stomped this bad. Finally, some signs of life from the Danish team after 6 rounds lost in a row. But that's, I mean, that's nothing to be happy about at this point. Job's not over yet. Job's not done yet. They need at least 2 more to be competitive here on this T side, and that's the bare minimum, I'd say. An 8-4 half is okay, but something tells me that Fish are not going to end this half with 8. Knowing the fact that I'm a massive jinx, they might end the half with 7, but if they continue opening rounds with 2 for 0s and even the nade coming out from Andu, it's going to do a good chunk of damage. Emilio taking like half his HP worth of damage down towards Hot, and they can't get a single trade out of that, which is horrendous for Krunlands. And again, they win 1 round and they get a reality check within 12 seconds of the next one starting. A 5 versus 3, Emilio down to half, Egelund and Jace around 80. And the chip damage is starting to accumulate. 7-kick in a bit of an off angle, some extra damage onto Egelund, leaving him with 34. And what can you do here if you're Krunlands? I mean, you just have to go. I mean, you have AKs, and this is the way you're supposed to take those aim duels. So a 3v4. Krunlands looking to somehow make this work, but still such a difficult situation to come back from. And with these 2 players, Magilla and 7-kick playing the setup they are, over towards the lower bomb site, I'm not sure it's going to be possible for Krunlands. They would need Jace to spearhead this, or maybe bait Aegelund. 7-kick coming up close. This might be the perfect call. Magilla there. 7-kick swings. It even spots out the second player. Not a chance given to Krunlands in the 3v4. Perfectly played by Magilla and 7-kick. And right back to their winning ways are Fish123. You know what's bad? When Smuya has a 76 ADR, and he would be at the top of the team for Krunlands. If we're just looking at ADR, and he's third in this team by a mile. With Andu and Magilla having like 136 and 141 ADR respectively. They're having phenomenal games, 12 and 7, 14 and 4. Somebody stop these people. And it's gonna be Jace to actually shut down Yuko, nearly connecting there onto Smuya. We can hear another player jumping over towards Mini, I believe, and with this wall of smokes on outside, that should force at least one player to drop down towards B. We do see Smuya on the lower part of the map, and this is a very important kill. Magilla just drills Baccarino. And again, it's a man advantage for Fish123, and Magilla wants to extend it, but he's walking around all willy-nilly. I always wonder what goes through their heads when you know there was a wall of smokes up there 10 seconds ago and you're just not ready for Secret. But they should be ready for Avu now. They do spot him out, and Avu... This could be a lethal angle for that player in heaven. 7-kick. Shouldn't really be re-peeking that headshot angle up against an AK, but he has an AK of his own. Re-smoke over there towards Squeaky. And it's Smuya to take another frag in the favor of Fish123, but traded right away. And look at this player caught in the middle of the open. Oh, Emilio looking towards heaven, drops the bomb. It won't even matter. The trade cannot come through. It's 7-kick to pick up a double kill and make it the 9-2 lead for Fish123. Don't forget, this is the pick of Krunlands. Yes, if they get a third round, maybe we can give them a chance. But it feels like they're just outclassed again. 2 times in a row up against Fish123 and on their own map pick again. Seems like they're gonna take a very massive beatdown, of course. With this being their map pick, I could give him a bit of a chance in the second half, even if this is a 10-2. But no matter how this half ends, 9-3 or 10-2, they have to win this round. I mean, you can't even talk about a potential comeback if they don't win the pistol, no matter what the score is. Nandu. Up close and personal off the edge of the smoke. Jace so quick. And Magilla, timing completely missed, and this is exactly what Krunlands needed. A 3-for-1. Last round of the half, so 7-kick and Smuya have to attempt this. That is probably a problem for Krunlands, because any other time this would be a save. Fortunately for them, a 1v4 should never happen. Especially not on both players coming from heaven. Jason Emilio with double kills, showing some signs of life, but Krunlands have been unable to streak 2 rounds together, like, at all. Two pairs of dualies for the side of Krunlands and a nade and a Molotov for Fish123. I really wonder what the idea behind this is. The flash comes out and the dualies doing work so far. It's 3 for Baccarino. Doing a phenomenal job, but Yuko looking to make as much noise as he can. Smuya nearly choking, but he does put out the shadow, and Smuya right between the eyes of Emilio, leaving only Aegelund. 1 versus 2 on the USP. It's just 2 bullets if you think about it the most positive way, and well, he's on track to hit just 2, because he absolutely drills Yuko, and Once again, it's Smuya tossed into a clutch. 1v1. Not as bad as some of the ones he's had so far, and he came out of victorious. Man, out of a 1v3 he had previously today. And now all he has to do is connect one bullet into Egelund. It's 4 for Smuya in the second pistol round. And 10-3 for Fish. Once again, it's Smuya pulling out with the heroics. And at this point, unfortunately, I believe this map is over. Unless they win this force, because they have to go all in here, right? I mean, Emilio got an M4. Yuho. He wants to take this duel deep towards ramp. Although at this point I think he's just holding off for the push. Because you're not sure what Krunlands opted for. Did they go for pistols? Or did they go for like a modern version of the European force buy, if you remember back in the days? And well, with that pistol going down, oh, the spray transfer was nearly there. Although the trade came out right away, so a 2-for-1. Still great for Fish123, another deagle spotted. So they might not want to go towards ramp. Magilla, in the meantime, all the way out through to garage, spots the player Heaven. Does get dropped to 30 HP because of it, the scout. Putting in work in the hands of Egelund. And Magilla, turning right around. Left with just 2 HP. Back Arena if he doesn't get this. Map over. Instantly, I mean, it's still a 2v4 even if he gets this kill. Luckily for him. Best possible chance with Magilla turning around, and at this point, unfortunately, at 10-3, you kind of have to save a Galil and a Scout, which is incredibly sad for the side of Krunlands. But that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. And there's going to be another gut punch for Krunlands. Especially with Baccarino falling. An 11-3 lead at this point. I don't give Fish, or rather I don't give Krunlands a chance at coming back here at all. The buy looking tragic. They do have a single rifle. The deagle can always be a massive threat, but I'm really, you know, trying to nitpick the positives here for Krunlands. Even if they win this round, you know, Fish, they might have to, you know, force and then go eco. That could give them a few rounds, and even then the force could be pretty good because Smuya has over 3 grand. Magilla and Kick at 1700, Yuho on 22. But hey, that deagle that I mentioned, Emilio, instantly finds Yuho at the beginning of the round, and that's the man advantage. And it's not going to be short-lived. They're going to hang on to it. So the 5 versus 4. For Krunlands, but that deagle, oh, just gets spotted out. Magilla lucky to be alive. 14 HP, don't forget, 1 bullet and he's gone. No matter what hits him. It is Emilio to pick up a second frag in this round, make it a 5v3. At this point, Fish, they're starting to crumble. Dropping 1 by 1 is not ideal for the international roster of Fish123. Andu above the bomb site. On top of the reactor. Avu is going to have his hands full in a moment. Did I just call him Andu? I'm not sure at this point, and it doesn't matter what I called him when Jace is just going to come on the flank and leave Kick in a 1v5 that's simply unwinnable. So there you go, the nitpicking. The positives actually worked out. Unfortunately, that M4 will not be getting saved. But they got 3 rifles. Well, they carried over 3 rifles. They had 1 M4 already. They took into that round, so all 5 alive. Andu looking to get a frag right off the bat and catches Emilio in no man's land. It is Jace to trade back on Smuya. Unfortunately, Smuya got a kill before that. So Krunlands still having to fight uphill, but Jace wants to swing. Jace with one. Traded right back. 7 kick. Is he going to turn back to Hut? He did not spot out Avu, that's for sure. But he has to keep checking it, and now he does see him. Khalil versus AK. It's going to be rough for 7 kick, especially when these two players come together, and the bomb is here in his hands. He gets one, and he does more than a good job. Even leaves Egelund with 56 HP. But look at Egelund climbing over onto T roof. He wants to rotate all the way around. Doesn't make a single bit of noise. 20 bullets in the AK should be more than enough for both of these players. Has a smoke, has a flash, and most importantly has a kit. But HP is going to be the biggest problem here for Egelund. And from what he hears, he should be aware of the fact that they're down on B. With all that utility coming out, he's going to continue to shift. The element of surprise is still going to be worth its weight in gold here for Egelund. This is a make-or-break round for this comeback, because if he's able to reset Fish here, even with the planned Fish123, they're not going to be able to buy more than just pistols. With the 1900 loss bonus, and well, considering they're going to have a full buy in the next, they're not going to be probably buying at all. But a crossfire that's nearly impossible, although that smoke makes it so much easier to come out of double door. Egelund giving himself a legitimate chance, connecting onto the face of Andu. But in the smoke, it's Magilla, and he wants to push this. Egelund looking towards the smoke. Just taps the bomb, gets off of it. Oh, Magilla going around the other way. Magilla! Phenomenal job done by the Lithuanian yet again. Good attempt by Egelund, but not good enough. It's 12-4 for Fish123. 8 rounds to the good. 8 map rounds in a row. And 8 chances to go to their own map pick. Are we actually going to see the 13-4 again? This happened the last time they played. Kronjyllands picked Nuke, and they got 13-4'd on it. So apparently, they did not learn their lesson. For the sake of that not happening, I'd like for them to win at least one more round, but look at this explosion into the A bomb site. There's nobody here. One player in heaven, one player stuck in mini. Jace can't see anything. Did he blind himself? He missed the flash. It bounced off top of that. Well, the top of the roll-down garage door. Luckily for Krunlands, they do have the 4 versus 3. Up against 2 AKs and a MAC-10. Just 2 flashes remain for Fish123, so they're gonna have to hold both Heaven and Mini at the same time. But look at the flash. 7 kick just swings it back towards Heaven. If anything, Andu has the info. And I'm just happy that Kronjyllands are not gonna get 13-4'd again. It's 5 on the board for the Danish team. But a long road ahead of them if they want to even think about overtime. They need 7 rounds in a row. And that's what I always say, you know, 3, 4, 5, 6 rounds are possible. But even at the 6 mark, you're starting to doubt yourself. Because that would be a 12-6 comeback. This is even worse. Because you don't, even if you play everything to perfection, right? Counter-Strike is not always about how well you play it. It's about how lucky you are and how lucky the opponent is. What if they play everything to perfection and at 12-10, you know, they lose some timings or they get lined up through a smoke or something happens where they just get unlucky and they end up losing the map. And that all that effort just goes down. The toilet, essentially. A bunch of pistols lining up behind the smoke, but it should be an easy cleanup for Baccarino, who lines up 3. He does get traded out by the Glock, and Magilla is actually going to be given time to reload this M4, I believe. Although that nade should take him out of this round, and, well, with the swing onto Emilio, he's a dead man anyway. I have no idea how Smuya got down here, and, well, he's going to drill Avu. But immediately traded by Jace. 3 surviving members for Krunlands, up to 6 rounds. They're just going to continue. They're just going to continue chipping away at this advantage that Fish123 have. Another very colorful buy for Fish123, although 4 rifles. Of that being 3 AKs and a single Galil, but one of those AKs Falls instantly, and look at Emilio. I love this aggressive setup. Hell, we're down 12-6. Throw shit at the wall and see what sticks. At that point, unfortunately, when you give 3 kills back just like that in the blink of an eye, even when you start off the round almost perfectly, you're still gonna get absolutely dropped. Andu, stop it! Jace has to pick up the broken pieces to keep Krunlands alive from a 1-on-3. He makes it a 1-on-2, and he actually takes out Kick in the Vent. But Smuya has been such a good clutcher. He closes double door, and I think he crossed unnoticed. Smuya going back. It's Smuya to take him out. And 13-6 for Fish123. I have no idea what happened here in round number 19, but it's 13-6. And Fish are going to take the lead in this grand final off of the back of their opponent's map pick. And now we're going to be going over to Anubis, which is the pick of Fish123. I'm not sure, or sorry, onto Ancient, which is the pick of Fish123. Anubis is our decider. Well, I mean, they didn't get to see it in the upper bracket final, and now they're going to get to play it. And after a map such as this, their confidence is going to be through the roof. So, Krunlands, they have to recuperate here. They're going to have a 10 to 15 minute break. You know, I literally say this all the time. Wash your face, take a drink, cold water, whatever. Speak with the team manager or mental coach if you have one, coach, whatever. Try to get your head back in the game because it's going to be very difficult, especially on their own map pick, especially knowing how good Smuya is. And the rest of this team, Magilla is going to be an absolute beast, I'm telling you right away. Unfortunately, I'm a big jinx, so he might go, 10 and 20 when I say it, but we're going to see after a short break. Hello everyone and welcome back to map number 2. Here of the grand final. Fish123 a very dominant victory on map number 1 on the pick of Krunlands. Now we're gonna go up against them on their own map pick, and Emilio through the smoke is gonna get lucky with a headshot onto Endu. Magella taking some team damage actually to the back of his skull. USPs have rotated through. 3 players are towards the A bomb site, but look at Fish123 making the read to immediately go back towards the B bomb site, although that CT smoke should keep him looking at least a little bit longer, but Jay's taking the position over into A main. They're already out towards B. It's only Abu so far, but 2 players in rotation. Smuya up close and personal with the Glock, just gets drilled, and Abu gets another, leaving just Yuko and Magilla in the 2 versus 4. 2v3 with that frag, but with Egelund getting that kill, Abu has a smoke and a kit. For sure, he's just going to get on the bomb to defuse it. Magilla goes forward, but there's just not enough time. Egelund with a phenomenal pistol round, making it 3 for himself, and round number 1 for Krunlands. This is something they really needed. Because with the way they got absolutely, well, schooled on their own map pick, you really need to start off here with a bang. A force from the side of Fish123, of course, after getting the plant. 3 Galils, a Deagle, and a Mac-10. 4 MP9s at the side of Krunlands. Did they not expect the force? And what? Krunlands, compared to what they looked like yesterday up against KS, I cannot believe that this is the same team. Because they're making some mistakes didn't even see a glimpse of yesterday. But hey, you know, that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Nandu swinging out. Or Avu, my apologies. Picks up 3 on the MP9, has 4 in total, almost on for the ace. But Smuya does take him out. And now Smuya tossed into another clutch. It's a 1v3 in total. He just needs 2 more kills to complete it. There is 1 player towards 7. Technically, this is 2 1v1s for Smuya. And if he clears out Egelund, he has 66 HP, so he's gonna have to be quicker, but the Galil, not good enough. A 2-0 lead for the Krunlands side. It was a bit tricky for a moment. And it is just upgraded pistols. For the side of Fish123. 4 players with Kevlar, 2 of them having helmets as well. Magella was one of them. And they are just hitting in through ramp. I don't think this is gonna end well. They do pick up 1, and Abu caught in the middle of nowhere finally goes down. If anything, that might enable the plant, but the bomb is dropped in the middle of nowhere, so they kind of have to go pick it up, and Egelund is already on the angle. Smoke thrown, and they're gonna get a chance, and do what? 2 headshots out of nowhere, and he makes it a 2v1. How are these players this good? That leaves only Emilio in the 1v2. He's gonna need a miracle of his own. He has a kit, he has a smoke. Hell, he has an extra one at his feet if he needs it. They stay towards the B-bomb site. Emilio does read into it perfectly, sees the player on the bomb site, and this time Andu cannot connect. Emilio with 63 in the 1v1 against Smuya. Both players essentially on the same HP, separated by just 5 points of health. So that should make a difference. Emilio will be put on a timer here very soon. He is rotating sorta already towards the bomb site, so he might only lose around 10 seconds at getting to the actual bomb site, but he has no idea where Smuya is. The good thing is he has the smoke, he has a nade. So that's for sure gonna go either towards main or towards Donut. Or maybe even on top of the bomb, and I do think that's exactly what just happened. Smoke on top of the bomb, and he's just gonna tap it. He wants to bait out Smuya. Smuya will start tapping through the smoke, and he gets swung on the left side, but Smuya wins it. And that's round number 1 on the board for Fish again. It's Smuya out from the clutch. And I can't believe it. Owen Butterfield having a field day today when it comes to these 1vx situations. This is like, what, his 3rd or 4th clutch today. And he's not even sweating. Seven kick alongside Smuya. Swinging out mid, taking some control, taking 2 extra kills, or taking 2 kills in total. Making a 5v3, and this force so far has fallen flat on its face. And I'm not sure if they're gonna need someone to pull off some heroics. I mean, for sure they're gonna need to. Just who is it gonna be? It's gonna be Baccarino. Deagle in hand, having another rough start, 0-3 again. Baccarino, unable to connect with the Deagle. And with a double kill, looking for his 3rd Egelund. Over towards Red Room, and I think he's just gonna go back. With the 5-7, obviously nobody's gonna push him. They have 4 AKs. There's no reason for them to be going forward for any reason. So the scoreline reads 2-2. We're all tied up, but for Fish123, this is certainly going to be a lead very soon. I mean, look at the buy that Krunlands. More so they don't have a buy than they do. Egelund saved this over from the previous round. Jace, I believe, just bought a smoke and a single flash. So not really much you can expect from this round. They leave Egelund over towards B. He is the most well-equipped player to be all alone, but his equipment is a pistol and... well, Kevlar helmet. Although that pistol is a beast, the 5.7, especially towards Cave, can cause a lot of trouble. And if he gets a rifle, if he picks it up, if he gets away with it, yeah, then he can for sure be a massive factor in this round. The 4-man stack to A by Krunlands. And it is going to be checked by a few players. It's Magilla and Andu, who are here towards A main. Magilla caught in the middle of nowhere, caught looking nowhere. Although he was clearing out main, but Smuya already took so much space, and now Magilla gonna have his hands full. 3 players coming right at him. Magilla crouches away, tucks over behind the stairs, and he does go down. That's an AK they can pick up. Egelund, well, good for 1 on the 5-7. That's a 3 versus 2 for Fish123. Yuko just waiting for these players to come out, and, well, Emilio has a Molotov, has an AK. Those are probably 2 best pieces of equipment you could save on the CT side, apart from maybe an AWP. Or, you know, a Kriegog if you like playing the COD noob guns. Unfortunately for Emilio, Smuya is probably the worst player he can run into, because that MAC-10 is absolutely going to eat him up without Kevlar. So Smuya saves another rifle, 2 kills for the British player. And the 3-2 lead for Fish123. But will that lead be short-lived? Krunlands, they have a full buy. Unfortunately, still no up. Egelund, I feel like we haven't seen him up at all. Like, I'm not going crazy, right? Yesterday, I remember vividly, like, 3, 4, 5, 6 rounds in a row, and like 4 times out of the 6, Kaylee got first blood drawn against them on outside on Nuke against Krunlands. And it was Egelund almost every time. This fast play towards A, they're not ready for it at all. Jace is out on mid, A is completely open. What a read by Fish123. Magilla just gonna go into Donut. Yeah, they're not ready for this at all. Oh, Magilla. That could have been much better by him, but Andu is so nasty. And the 4v3, doesn't matter that they lost that first player. Baccarino falls as well, and he's 0-6 again. The same way he started off Nuke. He starts off again, they're falling like flies. And Avu has to save a 15 HP and an AK in hand. He's going to get the hell out of there. That's round number 4 for Fish123. Good job done by Avu to get at least one more. Oh, great nade on top of Emilio. And he just gets ran over by Andu. That leaves the A site completely open. Abu probably just going to look to save that rifle. They are on sort of a half-buy, so they could still maybe attempt it. But that AK is going to be pretty worth it to have here on the CT side. Jace nearly dead through the smoke. Okay, never mind. They all get lined up by Smuya. On the flank, Smuya absolutely lethal. It's him and Andu picking up 4 between the two of them. And a 5-2 lead for Fish123. And a good chance for Krunlands to get back in it. An op in the hands of Egelund. It seems like he heard me. Don't forget I was mentioning how we didn't really see him op too much. Although, I mean, when you're getting completely stomped, you kind of don't really have the funds to buy that sniper rifle. And look at the B pushes as if they read it. But they are running into 3 players, and they do lose the first duel and the third. Technically, Avo out with the USP. Molly thrown, he's stuck behind the bomb site, but he has so much help coming out. It's only Yuko. Joined by Smuya. But they're both gonna fade back into the smoke. Jace left on 20, Emilio on 73. And through the smoke, Smuya nearly goes down. A Molly and the flash is all that remains for Fish123, but it is a 2 versus 3, and Smuya is still alive as long as he is on the server. I feel like Krunlands have to be fearful of it, and look at this timing. They just hear them running around. Emilio, dead man for sure. Luckily, Jace is still here, and Egelund can be quick in rotation. 2 versus 2, where the HP might not matter that much on the either side, because Egelund has an op, and these AK should be 1 hits to the head anyway. That is, if they hit their shots properly. Smuya nearly caught on timing. He does reaggress and drops the molly deep into long. Both of these players could rotate back into short, and Yuho nearly getting nailed through that. They know that A is open. They spotted out both players. And Egelund, I'm surprised that he didn't go running over towards A, because you kind of saw both players on B, no? You know Smuya was towards cave, and you saw the other one towards ramp. But they are going to give him the post plant. A 2v2 retake, they have a kit in the hands of Jace. It would be best if they swapped, but Egelund wanted to jump the gun and go first, go for some heroics with the op, and he just gets dropped by Smuya. A 1 versus 2 for Jace, that seems impossible. Off the eye test, Jace just get the op and run. And they might not even allow for that to happen, but Jace is thinking about it. He's going to get the op, and he's going to book it towards B. It's 6 on the board for Fish123. Unbelievable how strong this team is. It feels like just last season I saw these guys get bounced in the group stage. And now all of a sudden, they're playing some phenomenal Counter-Strike. Let me see, Season 32, I do believe they played. Oh no, they didn't. And I might be thinking about the EPL. Which is a bit awkward, but yeah. But what I said still stands. This team had some consistency issues. They struggled against the likes of, well, former Cubics, now KS. But, I mean, as it stands right now, Fish123 seem like the best team at this tournament. Don't forget, I don't think Fish didn't lose a single map in the playoffs. That I'm certain of. And they lost a single map so far this entire tournament. It was against the Volt in the group stage, and they lost 13-10, and they still ended up, of course, winning that best of 3. In the playoffs, Fish123 2-0'd Extralis Talent, 2-0'd Los Kagutos. One of those maps was 19-17. And this is all without Stress Arm. This is all with 7 kicks standing in, except for the Extralis Talent match. They 2-0'd Krunlands already, and now they might be en route to 2-0 them again. I mean, incredible display of domination. But it is Emilio to pick up the first kill on the aforementioned 7 kick, and Jace does get traded out. Emilio falls as well. Yuho doing a great job. And Egelund with the 5-7. It's 3 versus 3. Weaponry advantage favors Fish123. The HP ever so slightly. Well, it was in the favor of Krunlands up until Egelund fell. B is completely open. All Fish123 have to do towards B is press W, and they're going to walk into a completely open B bomb site. Baccarino. Agent 008. Come on, Baccarino, you gotta get it first. Oh, I thought Smuya was gonna nail him on the turnaround, actually. Double dinks while jumping into Smuya. I hear some messages in chat, so that's probably a nice shot from Smuya, and Baccarino actually nearly getting a kill there onto Yuho as well. Yuho picks up his 3rd of the round. And I feel like they're aware of Avu being on the flank. They might have even heard him. Oh yeah, oh for sure. Oh for sure, they're ready for this. Andu, yikes. Avu wins it off the back of Andu missing like 20 bullets. Great job by Avu, I guess. The only player showing any real signs of life. 14-1 and 6. Okay, well, Baccarino wasn't Agent 008. He actually has 6 assists in total. That's 3 on the board for Krunlands, but as fun as this team is to watch, and as, you know, they feel like a positive team, it feels like they're always playing their best Counter-Strike. Fish123 just seem like too tough of an opponent, but with this flash, it is a 1-for-1 trade, but some extra damage done there onto Yuho and Andu. And the resmoke there for Donut. Yuho, this is a very tricky angle to clear. He has to get caught on timing, and he just nails Emilio right between the eyes, and another swing leaves Egelund barely holding on to life. At 3 versus 4, I mean, if they don't get a kill within 10 seconds, they do have a kill, but if they don't get a kill within 10 seconds, they're saving. No, they're just gonna save right off the bat. Or they might be lining up some utility. I feel like that's a main smoke. They just got thrown by Egelund. Avu coming in from Donut. He does spot out the player towards Big Box. A lot of damage done. Smoke comes out as well. They want to smoke off as much as they can. They have to get on the bomb as soon as possible. They lost Baccarino, and they lost another round. The 10th of the map is going to be the 7th for Fish123. A 7-3 lead. And when Yuho do fall to the bomb, but it doesn't matter. Look at their money. I mean, they're rolling in cash. And it's so difficult for Krunlands. They can do everything right and still just get lined up randomly. I'd say the last chance for Krunlands to get a reasonable amount of rounds here in the first half, because they are going to get reset right after this. Baccarino is 1-10, but he has like 6 or 7 assists. You can't even hold it against him. He's been doing damage, and no way he gets this kill. And now Jace has to look to fix it, but Baccarino's down to 2 HP. Egelund falls. This round is most likely over before it even started, 30 seconds in. Although Jace, he gets another on the A bomb site, so with that FAMAS picking up too, unfortunately with B being open, they're gonna get the post plant. Jace is a bullet away from death. Hell, even from like an upgraded pistol, not even an AK or, God forbid, an AWP. But he does have a flash and a molly. He should maybe even just pick up the AWP and look to get out of here. Smuya completely misses, although he does not get punished. And well, Jace has a flash. Smuya has a Tech 9, so even with all these misses, it's still gonna be easy for him to end it off at 7 kick. To close out the round, the stand-in for Fish123. who's been with them for like half the playoffs. Makes it 8 for Fish. And at this point, Krunlands, this feels like the beginning of the end. Fish123, well, a formidable opponent for sure. And they're looking a 3-round half right in the eyes. 3 MP9s and 2 M4s. As I always say, I know I'm a broken record when it comes to rounds like this, but these are the most dangerous rounds. Because you know Krunlands are going to completely change their approach, and yeah, 4 players pushing mid is a massive change of approach. Unfortunately, again, Fish123 decide to hit A quickly. Jace caught over towards Donut, but he nearly lines up 2. Kick there, Avu falls to him as well. It's a 2-for-2 trade in total, so a 3v3 retake. And with that volley falling from the CT side in front of Donut, that does actually lose them some tempo. Boost comes out. It's Yuho to get boosted up. One of the 3 players in the double digits. Magilla, an uncharacteristically weak map so far, but he hasn't really had much to do. Now he can actually do something, and through the smoke, he nails Egelund. It's only Baccarino. He's gonna have to more than double his kills. He only connects onto Smuya. But he doesn't have a kit, he doesn't have any utility. He has to pick something up from Donut. I'm certain somebody had a kit, but time has officially ran out for Baccarino. He does get 1, maybe even a second. It's Smuya with the Tech 9 to close it out. A double kill for Owen Butterfield. And a 9-3 half for Fish123. You know, it would have been a fairy tale here for Krunlands if they got 2-0'd by Fish123, and then, well, 2 days later, they come here in the grand final and maybe get it back. But unfortunately, the way things are right now, it seems like they're going to get an even bigger beatdown than last time. Don't forget, the previous best of 3 that happened on the 24th of June, it was 13-11 on map number 1, which is Anubis picked by Fish123, and then a 13-4 on Nuke. Obviously, the map pick of Krunlands, but right now, Emilio got a little bit off guard. It seems like Krunlands are thinking about this B hit. There's 4 players here already for Fish123. Baccarino, if anything, they've taken to the bomb site. There's a boost happening, and Yuho gets a kill over the smoke. Andu looking for this frag, and he does get flanked by Baccarino. Another boost coming out from the side of Fish123. And they're being very creative with this B defense, but they have taken a lot of damage. They know there's 2 towards Cave, but 2 kills fall in the blink of an eye. A 3rd follows. And Emilio is the last man alive. 1v4 has to keep Krunlands alive, and it's not gonna happen. I feel like, did Fish123? Yeah, Fish123 won all 4 pistols so far. And it's just been that type of day for Krunlands. They can't get anything going. Fish123, another phenomenal round. 4 kills between 7kick and Magilla. Obviously, Krunlands forced to force. But with 2 AKs, this is looking like a doable round. Unfortunately, Avu and Baccarino had to sacrifice their own gear, and Yuho right off the bat takes out Egelund. Andu swinging with the MP9. Good for 1 so far, has to switch to the USP. There's no way he's still alive. There's no way they give him that double kill again. Avu and Jace remain. Avu has been the brightest star for Krunlands all day long. This feels like a bit of a too tall of a task even for him. Jace does have an AK. Avu does pick an AK up himself, but no Kevlar. And Jace is on 39 HP. He's dead to 2 bullets anyway, and, well, he needs 3 surgically precise headshots. Does connect on the first, a massive tap. But 6 bullets left. Looking at the smoke. Jace with another tap. and leaves himself in a 1v1 against 7kick. 7kick, 10-second defuse. He taps the bomb, he doesn't peek it immediately. Now he looks to swing out, but I do think his steps were heard, and he has to stick this bomb all the way. And look, Jace just won the round. Jace forces him back, he doesn't have a kick. 7kick has to save, and Jace wins it. Krunlands up to 4. 7kick just picks up the AK to save for the departure. Jace might be dead to the bomb, but he does not care. He just won round number 4 for Krunlands. Off the back of a lost pistol round, the Danes stay alive. Jace, a beautiful clutch, even though it was time winning it for him. But it doesn't matter. Oh yeah, they didn't win round 1. Yeah, my mistake. Although with the way that first half went, it felt like Fish123 ended up winning the pistol round. This is a great round to win if you're Krunlands, and they just explode into mid off the back of it, and they lose 2 players right off the bat. Although they did do a lot of damage to 7kick, and now they know there's at least 2 players on mid. You can hit A with a lot of confidence and not have to worry about anyone. Egeland. You will hear Magilla get ticked by the molly, but Magilla just goes forward. This is such a tough angle to be in. Magilla wants to swing, he picks up the first. But the spray transfer does not connect. It's still a 3v2. Fish123 have the advantage. Yuho over towards CT. Eagle in hand. Looking to cause some trouble. Baccarino down to 19, and look at this flank coming out. Egelund does pick up a kill, and do chokes. And that just leaves 7kick, MP9, 18 HP, and the Dream. Up against 2 Galils. Baccarino is only on 19 health, so Kick would have an even duel against him. But up against the full HP Egelund, it would not matter. Is there an AK for him to pick up? Yes, there is. So this might just entice him to go save. And Krunlands, they're finally going to pick up their 5th. This looking a lot better than map number 1, but it still feels a bit shaky. An AK saved for the side of Fish123, and it's always scary when it's in the hands of Smuya. The rest of his team gonna spend down to 2k. They have 2400 loss bonus. So Krunlands, they have a good chance in this round. All they have to do is not squander it against pistols. Look at the aggressive play being made by Magilla, 5-7 in hand. He really wants these duels. And it is a 1-for-1 trade, but made a 2-for-1 by Emilio, who picks up a double kill, takes out both Smuya and Magilla. In the meantime, 7kick pushing a main. He does get swung on. Jace, great awareness. Many players would just shoulder peek deep into main. I don't think he would even be able to see 7kick if he did that. It's just Yuho and Ando remaining for Fish123. And don't forget, Fish123 spent all their money. They actually didn't have buy. They spent everything. They might get punished for it. Yuho smoked off towards long and towards short. Looking to spam. That's... I can't believe that actually connects. But still, even in the 3v2, unless Yuho hits another one of those crazy shots through the smoke when he's not even aiming at the player, should be a 6 for Krunlands. Let's see, I mean, both of these players have Kevlar. Yuho even has a helmet. And he just spotted the player towards ramp, just misses on the headshot. And Egelund closes out the round. A double kill for Jace. And 6 on the board for Krunlands. They're making it work. Cutting down the lead to just 4 rounds. On the side of Fish123. Pistols once again for Fish123, but this time A bit of a rougher start for Krunlands. They lose Emilio in the first 10 seconds of the round. But that does give a Mach 10 over. It's not a rifle. They shouldn't worry about it too much. All of them have helmets, of course. Utility coming out over into B. 4 players stacking it for Fish123. He wants to swing this with a deagle. Makes a bit of chip damage. And just gets sent back in deeper into the bomb site. Back arena. Well, there is a flash lineup you could use. The right-click jump throw that doesn't even blind the player that can swing. Egelund, oh, the timing could be horrendous. He does turn back around, and they're going to fully push this. Magella's going to have a great angle, but he's going to actually take the kill with the 5-7. I thought Back Arena was actually going to have an easy time getting this kill, and it's slowly but surely falling apart. Andu picks up another. And that just leaves Egelund. Has to reload the AK as well. I do believe he was on a Glock for a short bit. Still chasing him down with just the Glock. Swings back towards 7. Dies to the AK. And Fish123 out of nowhere. Pick up round number 11. A massive choke by Krunlands. That's a round you really can't afford to lose. Especially not at 10-6. When you're at the gate of the comeback. Coming through all the way, and then this happens. Smooya swinging over into heaven, and once again it's another round that starts off with the man advantage for Fish123, and Magella and Yuho just gonna, or sorry, for Fish123, they're just gonna make it even worse. That only leaves Egelund 1v4. Look at the economy. 1900 loss bonus. Nobody has over $350. And Egelund, minute 15. I mean, I feel like he just doesn't even want to try to save this. He wants to swing mid, already losing 40 HP. Flash out, Smooya. Fully blind, it doesn't matter that he goes down. They have so much money. 7Kick drops the AK back so they can have 3 AKs saved. 12-6. And it's 6 match rounds in a row for Fish123. Seems like it's going to be another quick 2-0 for the international roster of Fish, the Danish team. Tonight, Coach Lau is going to be disappointed because, as he calls it, the single nation racism not going anywhere. They need 6 more in a row if they want to take us to OT. I'd love for that to happen, just to make it, well, at least a little bit close in the grand final. This feels like I'm watching Mongols versus Vitality, except, you know, not even a single map is taken by one of the teams. In this case, Krunlands. Fish123. Seems like it's going to be 2 dominant rounds in a row. And now that I mentioned, you know, that I touched the topic of Mongols v Vitality, that was one hell of a boring final. Because after map, you know, you had that moment of hype after map number 1. Oh my god, Mongols are going to actually win it. And then they just get stomped 2 maps in a row. Honestly, I'd rather have a 2-0 than a 2-1 if both maps are close. But that's just my opinion. And 2 on the AK, but traded out. It's a 3 versus 3, and Krunlands have the control of the B-bomb site. Magella, is he going to swing this? Is he actually going to be a madman and go through the smoke? The answer is no. 7Kick has both a Molotov and a nade, but he's the one coming through the flank. Flash for long. Smoke thrown by the CT side to cut off ramp. That's going to give him extra cover to work with. 2 players over in cave, 1 towards the bomb site. Magella just looking for an angle. He is going to get it. And it's 2 unanswered kills. Back arena falls, and that's GG's. Fish123, your season 33 champions. A bit anticlimactic with both maps being 13-6 stomps. But that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Fish123, undoubtedly the most dominant team throughout this whole season. And as I said, I did already recap their journey through this tournament, but they went through 2-0 in the group stage. They defeated Anonymous 2-0. They defeated Volt 2-1. And then in the playoffs, they went on a tear. They didn't lose a single map in the playoffs. 2-0 against Extrastralis Talent, 2-0 against Los Cagutos, 2-0 against Krunlands 2 days ago, and 2-0 against Krunlands in an even more dominant fashion today. Fish123 can be incredibly happy with their performance here, and, well, they nab $6,000. Well, Krunlands, considering they were the underdogs, massive underdogs coming into this tournament, I don't think anybody expected Krunlands to be in the grand final, much less defeat KS yesterday. They were 4-1 underdogs. they showed us some great Counter-Strike. Unfortunately, today, they did not show up. It was Fish123 all day long. Throughout this entire day, at a single point, it did not look like Krunlands were going to be able to come back on any map. They were always playing from the deficit, and unfortunately, you can't win a grand final, especially not against a great team such as Fish123 in that manner. But hey, they can be pretty happy with the $3,000 they picked up. Obviously, they would have loved to double it, but today it simply was not their day. And that's it for Season 33. We officially crown our champions, Fish123. Smuya, Yuho, Andu, Magilla, 7kick, and of course we have to mention Stressorn, who was also here for a good part of this tournament. But, as I said, that's it for this entire tourney. But don't worry, we're going to be back in about 2 days with Season 34, so you guys, can take a quick break, and then we're going to be back with some more great Counter-Strike. But as for this season, my name is Redul. Thanks for watching, and from the entire United21 team, I wish you a pleasant rest of your day.